Hey, I'm Rob Shoecraft with Restorm Fitness. Tonight / today, I'm going to be talking to you about getting to sleep and staying asleep. More specifically, what I do to do those things. As you can see, I'm dressed up in the closest thing I have to pajamas. It's the middle of summer, but they're Christmas themed. I don't normally actually sleep in this crap. I normally just go in underwear, but that's another video. What I'm going to talk about is my sleep routine, what I do to fall asleep, because it's been a struggle for years, and again, stay asleep. For those who don't want to watch a 10-minute video, I will rant. I'm going to tell you straight up what I do, and we will go over this. I foam roll or PVC pipe roll. I gut smash with a ball, this little Spider-Man ball here, and I take a freezing cold shower. I basically torture myself into dreamland, and I'm going to explain a little bit why, so here goes. Like I said, I've always struggled to get to sleep. My brain's racing, I can't shut my mind off, I can't shut my body off, and then that's been that way basically since I was a kid, and then I reached adulthood, and a new problem was introduced, and that is this fun little activity where my body just decides to wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep. So got those two things working for me. I just kind of put up with it and whined for a while until I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I would basically get in a fight, for all intents and purposes, get in a fight every night with grown men or women. You can fight women, bro. I'd fight people at jiu-jitsu, and I'd get home, my mind, everything would still be turned on, my sympathetic nervous system, my fight or flight would be going, and I'd lay in bed, and I'd just suffer. So I realized I had to do something about it. So I wanted to get my parasympathetic nervous system, my rest and digest system, into play, help me relax, chill out, fall asleep, and importantly, stay asleep. So I've tried a lot of different things. These three things, and pretty much in order of how awful they are. You're not going to enjoy any of them if you actually try them. But these three things are also in order of how awful they are, in order of how effective they are, in my own opinion. So let me just walk you through it. I mentioned foam rolling or soft tissue work, self-myofascial release. Sometimes I'll just go through a whole foam rolling sequence, my whole body. I'll use a lacrosse ball, getting in all the nooks and crannies. But if I don't have all that kind of time at night, which I normally don't, to pamper myself, I'll like to hit just the most bang for the buck parts. And I find that my quads, front of the quads, are one of the biggest muscles in your body, groups of muscles rather, are really help get that fascia work, get the adhesions out for, mobility. A lot of the reasons people use it to help relax, get a better range of motion. But for my case, work a lot of nerves, a lot of attachments to the vagus nerve, get that parasympathetic system going. So let me show you with the foam roller. You can actually use a foam roller, or like I said, I just went to the hardware store and saw a piece of PVC pipe. I wouldn't start with that. It will be horrible for you. So you get underneath this thing, you start at the top of your hip, and you just roll forward and back. Hit all the angles of your front upper leg, forward and back. Put as much pressure on it as you can stand, up and down. Once you've graduated through up and down without crying or throwing up, you're going to rock back and forth against the grain of your legs. So you're going to start up at the top, go down, just breathe easy, just enjoy it. It's real nice. When you find a nasty spot, kind of pump your leg, make it a little worse, make it worse to get better. All right, then we're going to rock down and do the same thing all the way down, nice and easy, nice and slow, nice and horrible. Right, you go all the way down, both legs, much as you can stand. You can work other parts of your body too. Back of the calves are a real sweet spot. Back of the calves all the way down to the heel cords, upper back. List goes on. Google foam rolling video sometime, you'll see. So foam rolling, that's great. That's wonderful. That gets the ball rolling. we're gonna put the ball down. We're gonna do some gut smashing. So we're gonna lodge the ball intentionally, mind you. You could use this is a Kelly Starrett and Jill Miller, the people who I completely ripped this off of. Kelly Starrett refers to this as a princess ball. I have a Spider-Man ball, kind of cool. They're about $2. You can also buy special equipment for it. That's great, but you know, if you just have $2, almost everybody with kids has one of these lying around. So you're gonna sit down, you're gonna crush basically your entire front core. You're gonna really knead the fascia around your diaphragm. This is big. I talked about the vagus nerve earlier. Which is linked to the parasympathetic system, at least in terms of activating it, from what I understand. Hitting your diaphragm, all that area around the stomach that's normally super tense throughout the day from sitting and playing. Everything you do involves your core, or it should. So we're gonna work that out. We gotta work out the bad stuff, right? So we're gonna get down, and don't fight it. You're just going to relax into it. You're gonna, as Jill Miller refers to it, melt into the ball. Really wedge that sucker up, starting up, wedge it up in your rib cage. Yes, it sucks. Anybody in jiu-jitsu who's familiar with knee on belly, you're pretty much doing this to yourself, all for the name of sleep, in the name of rather. So when you get down, you're gonna relax into it, and we're gonna do some box breathing. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, hold your breath for about 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, hold your breath for 4 seconds, repeat, box breathing, 4, 4, 4, 4. You can go to 5, 6, whatever. But we're gonna do that with this ball wedged up our gut. 4. I don't know how to count while I'm in pain, but you get the picture. We're gonna move around, you're gonna find different spots, all the way around from high to low. Just kind of work around the ball. Do that anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes, much as you can stand. Both of these things, both the gut smash and the foam rolling, you're gonna feel like it's gonna be horrible, miserable, especially if you've never done it before while you're doing it, but as soon as you're done, you start to see what this is all about. So let me show you the cold shower thing real quick. Gotta run your toes. All right. Moving on in. Why'd you turn the lights off? Why'd you turn the lights off? So I'm not actually going to get in the shower. There's no need for that. I don't want to get my cat shirt, my good pajamas wet. But you guys know how a shower works. I don't really quite understand why this works so well. This is like the nuclear option for me, which I use almost every night. I'll take a freezing cold shower, as cold as it'll go, every single night for about the past 2 years, and it is wonderful. I haven't gotten used to it yet. It still sucks while you're in there, but when you get out, it's night time. Let me just show you real quick. You don't want to get in. I wouldn't recommend, if you've never taken a cold shower before, I wouldn't recommend just cranking down the cold and hopping in and just expecting to be able to stand in there, and you're gonna freak out and hyperventilate. Ease into it. So maybe start, if you've never taken a cold shower, start off just a little cooler than you normally would. You know, it's normally all the way hot. Start off about halfway, or maybe 3/4 cold. Do your thing for a few minutes, whatever your your showering routine is. I can walk you through mine. So I'm gonna put some soap on. All right, and I'm gonna crank it down a little more. All right, then you're gonna wash your hair, wash your face, crank it down a little bit more. Wash some stuff, shave, floss, whatever you do, crank it down a little more. And then if you can, if you're not dying, if you're feeling pretty decently comfortable, hit it all the way down. And just, if you have a wand, it's great. If you don't, no big deal. But if you have a wand, just work back and forth, breathe nice and steady, deep belly breaths, back and forth, about 5 times on your chest. And then I like to go down and up, nice and slow, 5 times. And then I usually turn around, hit my neck, upper back 5 times. Sometimes I'll go up and down, legs and arms, 5 times each. Nowadays, I just crank it down cold all the way and hop right in, and that's how I take showers now. In the winter, like I said, it's summer right now. It's a good time to try this. In the winter, it's absolutely miserable in Ohio anyway. It's about 41 degrees one night, and you can honestly you can kill yourself if you try to be a hero. So work your way into this, and when you get in bed, so I get out of the shower, dry off, blah blah blah. I hop into bed. Now this is kind of key. I hop into my non-made bed. My wife's usually been there asleep for 3 or 4 hours. She goes to bed very early. She needs her sleep. Thank you for filming this, by the way. All right, I lay down. I don't know if you lay down in your bed. Some people stand up. All right, I lay down. Now, instead of putting the covers on, like I said, normally I'm not wearing this. Instead of putting the covers on, I'm going to leave the covers off as much as I can stand, maybe put them around my feet. Leave the covers off as much as I can stand. Let my body kind of try to heat itself back up through a process called non-shivering cold thermogenesis. My body kind of heat things back up. Let my parasympathetic nervous system kind of kick in. I relax. I might still have a lot on my mind. I might still have, maybe some thinking about what I got to do the next day, or my next big idea, my next big stupid video. Might still be in my head, but I don't have that. Anybody who has trouble sleeping probably knows what I'm talking about. I don't have that heart and gut sort of connection to my head where I have something on my mind and my heart's beating fast and my stomach's churning. I just kind of keep it all up here, and I don't know why that is, but the cold shower is the only way I've found to really be able to do that. Just kind of separate my mind from my body, lay down. Sometimes I won't even put the covers back on, and I'll just fall asleep. Went from like 2-3 hours a night, sometimes trying to fall asleep, to maybe 15 minutes, and I stay asleep. I don't wake up most of the time. I mean, it's about I got about 9 out of 10 success rate. And again, there's a lot of research coming out now on the benefits of cold, especially as it relates to sleep. I've heard it helps with melatonin release. Your body has to be at a certain coolness for optimal levels of melatonin. Helps you get into delta sleep, vagus nerve, this and that stuff I don't know about that I've talked about in the video anyway. But I recommend you try all these things. If you've tried everything before you start trying drugs and stuff, self-medicating or medicating through your doctor. Before you start pumping a bunch of crap in your system, just entertain me and try this stuff. Is this weird? I'm kind of just laying in, like, do I need some grapes? Like, just stand up. Try this stuff out. I maybe take one step at a time. Work your way into the cold showers. Don't hop in freezing cold and curse my name when you go. You can curse my name if you want, but just ease yourself into it. Do this before you try pumping yourself full of drugs. I really think you're gonna see great things. Torture yourself to sleep. 3 Storm Fitness, Rob Shoecraft. Thanks for tuning in.